Say what's on your mind. Speak loud from within. Make us sing along with the power of the pen. Say what's on your mind.
What's
Speak
up, bro?
loud from within.
Good.
Make us sing along.
My camera. That's better.
There we go.
What's going on?
Yo, Vince, man, thank you so much for joining me tonight.
I'm so glad to be here, man. I'm so glad to be here.
On this platform. So for anybody that does not know, you're going to know tonight, all right? This young man right here, I don't even know where to begin. Like I don't even know where to begin,
bro,
when it comes to what God is doing in his life. And I'm not gonna say what God has done. I'm gonna say what God is doing, because God ain't done. He's not finished.
It's not finished. This is
there's
the
so
beginning,
much more to go.
Yeah.
And I will address you properly. This is Pastor Vincent Bohanan. Can I get some more hearts from my brother, y'all? Let me get some more hearts from my brother, yo. So Vince, man, we don't get to talk a lot. And I haven't seen you, especially with COVID, in a while, right?
Yeah, man.
But later on, I'm gonna tell you how I feel about you. But for right now, I'm just gonna let the people know this is Vincent Bohanan. He is out of Brooklyn, New York. He is a very skillful musician, a very, very anointed songwriter, and and I'm talking about somebody that God has allowed to make waves.
Oh my God.
Make waves. Like waves, big waves, like tidal waves in the industry of gospel music. And we're gonna talk with Vince tonight. So Vince, this platform, the power of the pen, right? It's really for like songwriters and artists, aspiring artists, and people that they have questions and don't know where to start, or they just want some motivation to continue doing what they're doing, especially if they believe God has called them to do it, right?
Right.
And so I wanted to have you on because I know how significant your journey is for all of these people, And so I want you to share a little bit about your testimony. And if you could, Vince, could you start off just talking about how you got started?
Sure, man. I was raised in a musical church, the Institutional Church of God in Christ. We sang for everything. We sang for the welcome address. We sang for the offering. Every choir sang 2 songs. The exposition sang 2 songs. The children's choir sang 2 songs. The radio choir sang 2 songs. It was church all day. It was music all day, literally. And
Indeed.
So, I was raised in that. And so watching the radio choir every Sunday, it literally blew my mind to hear those lead singers, but most of all, to hear those songs. We didn't hear any other songs. We didn't cover anybody else's songs. And I believe that same thing has now translated into me, because we don't really cover anybody else's songs. And so that same talent that the church had is now on me, where now we write all of our songs. And so I was raised in that. That was like my life. That was everything around me. And so I've been writing since I was 6. I've been writing since I was 6 years old. I wrote my first song.
Wow.
And yeah, man. And I have it all on tape still. I actually have the book here. I just found the book after my mom passed away, and she had it this whole time. And I have all my old songs in there. It's amazing to see. So I was writing since I was 6, and here I am today. And I was playing the organ by 11. Of course, I was on the drums at the church and stuff, but playing the organ by 11. So by that age, I was able to write and play all my songs. And then by the age of like 15, they put me over the youth choir. And so now, man, and then by the age of 16, I was the main organist. Butch Hayward already left by that time, and it was all on me. It was all on me. Yeah, man.
They got his name all in the comments. They got
Oh
Butch name
yes.
all in the comments.
Oh yes. Oh yes. You know, I have watched him my entire life, and so now the ball was in my court at the age of 16, teaching these old people like you know. So it was really really crazy. It was really really crazy, but I learned so much, and then I was able to write so much. They really pushed me to write my own music. You know, they didn't say, you know, oh no, we have to do all the old songs, but they actually pushed me. That was one thing that they did right at Institutional. They pushed me, and they pushed me to write my own music. And so more and more I was writing, writing, writing. And then here comes SOV. Here comes SOV. Now we are writing. Now I was and like I taught a few songs, and then we put out He Reigns. He Reigns just took us all the way up. Then I put out We Win. It took us a little bit higher.
So
And
hold
then
on.
it
Hold
was
on one
crazy.
second. Don't
I know
don't
it's
don't take us
fast.
all the way there yet. Don't even take us all the way there yet. Let's talk about this. Because we're not gonna skip over the fact that you started writing your first song when you were 6.
Yeah,
Right?
man.
We're not gonna skip over the fact that you attended one of the most renowned churches in Brooklyn, New York.
I know, I
All
know, I
right.
know.
With all of that, Vince, right?
Hmm.
Okay, and let's talk about this. A couple of years ago, you lost one of my favorite people in the world, which was your mom.
Yeah.
Like I
Yes.
remember your mom. Like your
Hmm.
mom, your mom treated me like kind of how I'm treating you when I
Hmm.
was younger because I was one of the youngest kids around Bishop
Wow.
Walker's choir. You know?
Wow.
So what I want to ask you is this. Coming out of institution with all that talent,
Hmm.
all of that around you, one, why weren't you intimidated? That's number one. And
Mm.
number two, you lose one of the most closest and significant people to you,
Hmm.
and you didn't give up.
Man, so to the first question, I believe the church in itself, we had so many different people with so many different talents, but we were not intimidated by each other. We were not intimidated by each other. We had some of the best singers, some of the best organists, James Hall. You know, it was all in one house. And so there
Yeah.
was no way that you can really be intimidated. You just, you know, I don't know, you were you, and that was it. And so I believe that the church built a confidence in me that is like
Mm,
none other.
yeah.
That is like none other. And I use it to this very day. And so while I'm on so many different platforms with people that have been out for years,
Yeah.
and here I am new, but I'm able to hold my own.
Yeah. We're gonna
And
talk about
it's,
that.
yeah, so it's not me being cocky or anything, but I know my purpose,
That's right.
and we're not trying to scream and all this other stuff, but we know who we are. Well,
Yeah.
you know, and I know a lot of people would say, well, they're not the best choir out there. They don't sing and all this other stuff, but we have songs. We have songs and we have a sound. And that's what, and so, you know, really and truly, if you were in a room and you put a blindfold over your eyes or whatever, you would be able to tell that it is SOV, you know, and from a whole nother choir. And so I hold on to that. You know, we're
Right.
not trying to be like anybody else, you
Right.
know, but I know my lane, and that's what it is.
Yeah. That's real
Yeah,
important, Vince. And to have lost your mom, like,
yeah,
and you're still going.
yeah. That took me for a loop. But my best songs came out of that season. That season while she was sick, um, I wrote a few songs that are so powerful today. We
Yeah.
Win
Yeah.
was one of the songs that came out of that season, and I wrote that song just for her, and not knowing that it would
Wow.
bless the world, man. And yeah, so I wrote that song for her during her time while she was sick, and I would just really uh, play that for her. And at that time, it wasn't even, I don't think we recorded it at the time, but I taught it to the choir, and the choir didn't like it at all. But I said, well, I
You
don't know.
thought
This
we
is the song.
win,
Yeah, they
and the
didn't like
choir
the song.
didn't like it?
Mm-mm. They said this is too
What do you
white.
mean?
They said this is too white for us.
What?
Hmm They said this is too white. All this unison, this it was they were just not with it. And
So
so
okay. I don't mean to cut you off, but
go.
you are touching on so many things that
Yeah.
makes, okay, I'm gonna have to put it like this.
hmm
That makes the average person, and I know why now, because you are definitely not average, but it makes some people go, I'm not doing this, then I'm
hmm
giving up. And if my camp, if I bring my creativity to my camp and they don't
hmm
rock with it,
but that's when I had to pull out that strong confidence from 170 and say, well, I'm gonna teach the song anyway, and I'm
then
sure
teach it
by
anyway.
the end of this you're gonna like it. And
That's
now
right.
here we are.
And that now here we are. So okay,
Man,
yes, here we are, Vincent. Okay, I'm gonna put this question like this: Are you still in your
yes.
20s?
I just got out of my 20s. I'm now 31. I just turned
Yeah,
31
because
last
guess
week.
what? Everybody, y'all throw some. Everybody, happy birthday, happy
Thank you,
belated
man.
birthday to Vince.
Thank you, man.
He's a fellow Gemini.
Yes, sir.
He's a fellow Gemini. I'm next week, brother.
Come on.
I'm next week, brother. Okay, so listen to this. All right.
Happy birthday.
So that means 4 or 5 years ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
You were definitely in your 20s.
Yes.
And 4 or 5, maybe more years ago, you write this song called He Reigns.
Oh, yes.
How
No,
how
well, actually, I taught that for the youth choir at institutional. And
so
then,
wait, you wrote that when you was younger?
yeah, man, I wrote that when I was like 17.
What?
That's an old song that I wrote for institutional. And we would sing it and, but, at that time we weren't really known anymore, I guess. But
Oh
so I brought
my.
it to SOV and then they took it where it needed to be.
And now the song has over eight,
Yeah.
almost over 9 million
hmm Yeah.
hits on YouTube.
hmm
Do you understand, Vince, that the power of the pen, the power in what you write,
Man.
the power in what you write has not just impacted, but has changed, has dominated a culture
It's
of young
amazing.
people and cross barriers. You
Yes.
have people, Vince, you have people in Osaka, Japan,
Yes. hmm
singing your music.
hmm
Ladies and gentlemen, can I just make you aware of something? Vincent just recently, to my knowledge,
hmm
got signed.
Yes.
But 5, 6, 7 years ago, there was choirs all over social media singing this young man's songs with
Yep.
no record deal.
None.
No record deal. And so that says to me, yo, you better had obeyed God when
This
he
is why.
told you to do
hmm
what he
This,
told you to do.
this is why you got to do exactly what he tells you. The way that the Lord has given you the songs, you got to do it exactly that way. You can't add nothing to it. You can't add extra words and all this other stuff. Do it exactly how he gave it to you in the same key and everything.
Have you ever had, I mean, and let's talk about the songwriting part. Was there
hmm
ever an experience or an incident where you maybe wrote something outside of your choir,
hmm
outside of your family, maybe with other people in industry,
hmm
maybe executives, right? Where you presented some music and it was just like, yeah, maybe no, that's not really.
Man, really and truly, I won't name no names, but
Uh-huh.
growing up at institutional,
Yeah.
it's the people that were, you know, then, everything to me.
Uh-huh.
You know, they would kind of clown on my songs then, you know, and I'll never forget it, you know. But at that time, I remember one time I taught a new song to the Institutional Radio Choir. Now, everybody knows Institutional for all the old songs and stuff. And so they sang at a concert. I was probably like 16, 17. And we pulled out one of my songs.
Uh-huh.
And they were like, what is this new stuff? And la, 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 all this other stuff. And I got so like, I was like, dang, like, what? But then my mom came downstairs. I'll never forget it at Institutional. And she
Come on.
said,
Come
she
on.
came all the way downstairs and said, you know what? You do what the Lord told you to do.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, the people will know your name.
Yeah.
You know, they will know your name. And I will never forget that concert. I was just so sad. I was like, dang, like, you know, but whatever, you know, and but at the end of the day, now they have to hear my songs.
Now they have to
know,
hear it.
you know. But you know, that's just how God works. That's just how God works. There's a story to everything. And I, you know, and then I use that time to really know that, you know, everyone may not enjoy what you do all the time, but at the end of the day, they're gonna like something.
Wow.
They're gonna like something that you put out.
What makes Vincent Bohanan write a song called Any Day Now?
Oh man, I have a heart for the people. And during the pandemic, I said, you know, we're going through so much. Listen, so many different people dying, and our faith is now so low. Our faith is so low. People are sick. People have lost their jobs and all this other stuff. There's so much going on.
Yeah.
And so I said, let me write something that is going to encourage the people and just give the people some type of hope. You know, we have so many different songs about this and the wind and all this other stuff. But, you know, there comes a time that we have to really speak to the people and their situations. And that's what sets us apart in the Black gospel music. We're able to sing to, you know, what we are actually, you know, dealing with. And so I said, let me write this song for the people, you know, and so I taught it to the choir. It was actually a little bit before the pandemic even started. And I taught it. And
not even knowing what was coming.
Not even knowing what was coming. It was probably one of the last rehearsals. And I taught it to the choir, and it worked. It worked. If it works there, then I know that it's really going to work out there.
Yeah.
And so, man, it worked, and we rocked that song for a while. And now it's really blessing everybody and giving everyone hope and encouragement to know that any day now, God is going to come through. You know, he's coming through, and he's going to do it.
And he's going to do it. You said a couple of things tonight, man, that I'm just really, man, so let me see, what time is it? Okay, I'm gonna do it right now.
Time.
So every time I do this platform, I have to do this. And you guys, y'all show some love for Vincent. Give him some more hearts. Vince,
I love y'all.
This is something that I do every time I have this platform, because we've lost a lot of people very close to us in the church, in the industry, and family members and things like that. And I want people to get their flowers while they're here. So what I want to say to you is, one, that I love you. Two, man, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you, Vincent. And I think I'm more proud of you because I know your mom, and I know you, and she had no doubt that this is what you would be and what you would become, you know, and I know God's not done with you, man. I know he's not done with you. So I want you to know we appreciate you. We appreciate you. We love you. And keep doing what you're doing. And now I'm going to go to the next part. You said a couple of things tonight that makes me so proud. One of the things you said is that, you know, when God tells you to do something, you have to do it. And you have to do it how he tells you to do it and when, right? And then the other thing you've shown is that you're very intentional with what you write.
Yes.
You're not writing songs because the song sounds good to you. You're
Mm-hmm.
writing songs because you know that there's a message for the people.
Yes.
There's a message for the people. And I think what happens is, you know, this will lead up to my next question. A lot of people get in their feelings when they deal with rejection,
Mm-hmm.
not understanding that they may be getting rejected because their intent and their motive is just incorrect,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and not even that what they're writing and creating is not good,
Mm-hmm.
but, you know, maybe their motives are just wrong, and people get that before they even hear the music, you
Right.
know? And so I would like to ask you this, about how many songs are there that Vincent has written,
Mm-hmm.
if you could put a number on it, that have never seen the light of day?
Oh my God, there's countless number of songs, man. I teach a song to the choir almost every rehearsal when we were actually, doing it.
Yeah,
And so we got songs upon songs upon songs that the people have never even heard yet. And so if I never write anything else, we'll be good.
yo,
We'll be good. I promise you. If I never write another song, we'll be good. We have about albums worth, albums worth of songs. But I don't know. The Lord has really blessed me
yeah,
to write, and I don't count it. Um, I think it is an honor to put words together with so much music
yeah,
and to really encourage the people. And so when I see other people singing these songs, it's not about me and all this other stuff, but I'm just so glad that they're able to sing something that is actually going to encourage them.
yeah.
That's what it's all about at the end of the day. And so it's really not about me and, that I wrote it and all this other stuff, but it feels good that what the Lord gave me, I was
Yeah.
obedient enough to now put that out. And now the world gets to hear and gets to sing these
Not the
encouraging
city,
words.
not the
Just the
state,
world, man.
the world.
Yeah, God is so good. I'm telling you, He's good. Yeah, I
So
really do what God says.
you have to do what God says.
Yes.
You are not, and let's talk about that. So you're not just, you're not local. you know,
Not anymore, man.
you're not local, dude. Like you are literally taking your songs, what God has given you,
hmm
to different states,
hmm
and establishing choirs and encouraging people in different states and cities
hmm
with your music, and man, that's amazing. Talk to me about this song. I heard you do. I watched on YouTube the other day. You
hmm
guys you wrote a song called "Old Time Way."
Oh, yeah. That's a little song that I just put together. I actually wrote
Y'all
that
like how he
for,
said that?
no.
That's just a little something I put together.
Man, no, because it really was. I wrote that song. We had a oldies but goodies service, and I said we need an intro song to kind of like just bring everything together. And so I wrote that song, and it was just cool. It's just a cool little two lines, and but it's a cool little song, and we don't really do it often, but um, you know, I don't know, it's
I
cool.
find I find interest in the song selections that you choose,
hmm
especially for like the songs that you write,
Right.
the songs that you guys let us hear, the
hmm
ones that you let us hear. Uh, I find it very interesting. It reminds me a lot
hmm
of coming up with under Bishop Walker, right?
Yes.
And he was very particular of the songs that we sang.
hmm
Now we did cover a couple of like not Timothy, right? Thomas Whitfield
Right.
songs. There
Ever
was one time we
Hawkins.
covered, yeah, Hawkins. There was one time we did an old song by the Tommies. I was messed up,
Oh yeah,
dirty,
yeah, 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 yeah.
dirty, unfit. I was
Yeah.
like, what? But even with that, he was very particular about the songs that he selected.
hmm
So I know you've talked to me about why you write what you write. Why are you so particular about what songs you actually minister?
Um, because I believe when the Lord gives you a certain thing to do and a certain way to be, you just got to kind of stay in that lane. I know that I'm not able to do other songs because we really don't have that technique, I should say. But I know what fits us. And when you know what fits you, you know what to sing. All right.
Hmm.
So I'm not over here trying to sing, all this other stuff because I know that's not us. And so when you
Yeah,
know you and when you know what you're capable of doing, then you're able to do that. And so that's just what we do.
I love that, man.
Yeah.
One time we had a platform. We did this show one night, and
Hmm.
one of the guests came on and said, "Be unapologetically your authentic self.
Hmm.
Be
Yes.
unapologetically your authentic self." And so
Yes.
that's one of our mantras, pretty much at this time,
Hmm.
is that we make no apologies for
No.
who we are, and
Be who you are.
be who you are, be who God made you,
That's
right?
right.
And what I love is what you said earlier, is that present what God gave to you to present, and don't
Hmm.
change it, and don't deviate from that. Man, Vincent, man, what's next for you, man? Writing and
Oh my God. So I have another choir as well in Atlanta, the Victorious Army.
okay,
They're more of a country churchy type choir. Now I would really kind of refer them to kind of like institutional a little bit.
okay,
We're more of the crusade choir. We got that vibe type thing. And so they are really, really growing more
okay.
and more and more. They're almost as large as the
SOV.
choir. Yeah, it's crazy. It grew out of nowhere. And so I'm excited about that. So we got that. We're about to release the full album that we recorded in Chicago
We can't
on a,
wait.
yeah, man, it was a
We can't
blizzard
wait.
that night. And man, we had some good church in there in Chicago. It snowed like crazy. It was like negative something degrees. But let me tell you, those people came out to have church. And so we did what we had to do. And we brought the whole choir to Chicago. And so
That's amazing.
yeah, man, we brought everybody to Chicago, like everybody in the choir we brought to Chicago, and we sold out there during a blizzard.
During the
During a
blizzard.
blizzard, man, it was negative like 0 degrees. I don't even make sense, but it was cold.
And the people
And
came out.
they came out. They came out to have church, and that's what we did. And so we have some great songs on that album. But if y'all don't have the EP, make sure you go get the EP. We got great
Please,
songs on
y'all.
there too.
We
Yeah.
gotta support my brother. Go get the
Hmm.
EP, get all of his music.
Yeah.
Download it, put it on repeat on YouTube, and
Yes.
then put it on your playlist on
Hmm.
Spotify. Like, play the music, and don't just play the music just to say you played it.
Hmm.
Listen to it,
Listen
because the
to it.
music is encouraging.
It's good
This
music.
man just said people came out in a snowstorm, in a blizzard, for
Hmm.
a recording. They didn't just come out because he's Vincent Bohanan.
Hmm.
The people came out because they wanted to hear
That's
what you
right.
guys had to sing about.
That's
You
right.
know, and I want you to do this for me. There may be somebody on here tonight that is discouraged, who also has the gift of songwriting,
Hmm.
um, something, area, a gifting somewhere in the area of music,
Hmm.
musicianship. You're a musician, you're a songwriter, you're a director. You're all of these things. What would you say to someone else that's aspiring, or that might be a little discouraged right now? What would you say to encourage them?
I would say, that there are people attached to what you have. I'm able to reach people, but I'm not able to reach everybody. And I think we have to really understand that we all have our group of people that we're able to reach. And so the people that you're able to reach, they need you. They need your music, they need your sound, they need you. And so when we understand that what we have inside of us is so important,
Wow.
then we will understand that, that we have to do what we have to do. We got to do it. We can't stop. We can't just not do it. We can't just, put it on the shelf and say I don't want to do it. But when you have lives on the line, I don't think we understand that when people listen to a song, you don't know what state they're in mentally, spiritually. You don't know where they are. And so any type of song it may be able to help them and pull them out of what they're in. And so we have to really understand that no matter what it is, music is so powerful. And
So
when we
powerful.
understand the power in music and in the lyrics and in the sound, then we'll then understand that, it's not really about us. So we can't just not want to, but we got to do it. This is our job. This is why we're on earth. We have purpose,
Come on,
and
Vince.
we have to understand our purpose in life. So understand your purpose. And when you understand your purpose, you'll understand and realize that it's not about you, but it's about everybody else.
So I kind of feel like I know what you're going to say to this question, but I'm not going to
Hmm.
prejudge. I'm just going to go ahead and ask you, right? And I'll make it a two-part.
Okay.
So I'm going to ask you this. Is there anybody that you would like to work with that you haven't yet?
I would love to. All the people that I would want to work with is not alive. They're all dead. James Cleveland,
Wow.
I love James Cleveland. I've so inspired by him. I have almost all of his albums, and so this is why I'm kind of trying to do what he did in a totally different, in a new way. He had
In a
choirs all over the,
2021 way?
in a 2021 way. He recorded with 1,000 different choirs, and so I'm just kind of recreating that a little bit. I love what he did. I love uh, his love for choirs,
Yeah.
and I love that old sound too. I'm just old in itself. But yeah, so all the people that I would want to work with is dead, and it's kind of weird, but um, I'm a weird person. I'm really
Okay.
weird. But today, yeah, anybody. I would love to work with anybody, honestly. All different types of people. We got so many different talents out there these days. I would love to work with anybody. So if anybody want to work with me, I'm open. If you got a song, I'm waiting for a song.
Yo, that's so much love right there.
Yeah.
Okay, so the second part now, I stand corrected. I thought I knew the answer to that question for you.
Hmm.
I didn't. You didn't say nothing that I thought you was gonna say.
Really? Oh
Yeah.
man.
So yeah. So the second part now is this: you have a choir in Brooklyn.
Hmm.
You have a choir in Georgia.
Hmm.
You have a choir anywhere else?
It's coming. So,
Ah, I feel
you
like I
know,
just tapped on. I feel like I
oh
just tapped
yes.
into something, y'all.
So what I'm doing is the East, the South, the Midwest, and the West Coast.
I
The
was
West
just
Coast
getting
is gonna
ready
be
to say,
last.
I know you
Yeah,
going to
man.
California
Oh
or
yes.
somewhere out there.
Yeah, man. But it's tied into my church as well. Because a lot of people that I've reached don't have church homes. And it's amazing to see that when they come to the choir, that's kind of like their church. And so now I'm really understanding what the Lord is trying to do. It's just not for the choir, but it's actually for the bigger picture, which is my pastoring and my preaching and all of that. And so I've renamed the church the Winners Assembly New York because there's going to be a location in everywhere that we have the choir. So it's a whole big thing going
I
on.
love it, man.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, man.
So do you think, not do you think, this is just blowing me away, man. You are very innovative, you know?
Yeah.
I love the fact that you're confident in who you are, you're
Hmm.
confident in your purpose, you know, and I hope that I definitely hope that people heard what you've been saying tonight, but I hope people are getting from you that confidence and that assuredness you have
Yeah.
about why God put you here, you
Yeah.
know?
It's not arrogance at all, y'all.
No,
When you
no, no.
just know who you are,
I don't even get that
yeah,
from you.
yeah. But when you know who you are, you're able to be on platforms with people that have been out for years. And it's not that you just, I don't know, think that you're just all that, because, you know, at the same time, I'm still honored to be on the same platform as so many people that have been out for 25 or more years.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm just sure in who I am
Yeah.
because I trust God that much that He made no mistake. And so when you trust God that much and knowing that the way that He made you is just perfect, then you'll be able to really just sit back and just enjoy the
It's
ride.
perfect for your assignment, right?
Perfect for your assignment. You'll just be able to sit back. Don't try to do much. Don't try to, put yourself out there overly, but, just sit back and watch God move you here, there, and He'll put your name out there. He'll put your name out there. Just relax. I'm just a relaxed type dude. I don't try to do much. I just,
Listen, we have a
see.
couple of minutes left, right? If anybody has any questions for Vincent, please put them in the comment section. I love that
Yeah,
y'all are giving him the hearts. I love that you
I
guys are showing
love
him
it.
love. He deserves it. He
Yeah.
deserves it. If you have any comments. Vince, man, oh my
This is
goodness.
amazing. Listen, we got to do this again on up on Facebook. Was really, really good. This was really, really good.
That's where I'm working my way to. I'm working my way
Yeah,
there, bro.
this is great. This is a great platform.
Yeah, man. God told me to, let me first say this. I went to God because
Hmm.
one of the things that I wanted to do is I wanted to be a help to other people, especially a lot of young people
Right.
that's coming up in the industry or just people around, because I've always been asked the questions, yo, S, how can I get down?
Hmm.
How can I do this? People ask me about copyright and
Hmm.
things like that. And I have answers. Some things I don't have all the answers to, right?
Hmm.
But ultimately I wanna create an apprenticeship
Mm.
for aspiring musicians,
We need it. We need
and
it.
and look at what God is doing for Bishop. When now he has a school where he's
Hmm.
going to be talking about gospel music, the
Oh
history of
my
gospel
God, I
music,
saw that. That is going to be
which is crazy,
powerful.
right?
Yes. Yes.
So I know he has me. I know I'm in alignment.
Hmm.
However, I just wanted to be able to do something now where I can give people help now, and then here we are, 9
Yeah.
episodes in. You know what I'm saying?
Wow, man.
And
It's going to
everything
get
that I
bigger and
thought it was
bigger.
supposed to be,
Hmm.
God took it a whole other way. And it was like I just needed to take the step
Right.
and then allow him to make it what he wants it to be.
Hmm.
And this is what's going on. How many people
Beautiful.
did you start your choir with?
Man, the first rehearsal, we probably had like 10 to 15, and it was all the people from institutional, all the young people then. And then by the second rehearsal, we had like 100 people. And we
By
were,
what? By what?
by the second rehearsal, we
What?
put the flyer out and we were in a small storefront. We were there probably like 2 or 3 years. And we would pack that place out and be there all night long. We would have good church in there though, and it would be uh, over like 125 people in there at the time, and so many people just popping in because they knew that on Wednesday night Vincent Bohanan had choir rehearsal, and so we had all different types of people coming in every Wednesday because it was more like a concert. It was literally like a concert. I would teach a song and we would rock it out as if it was like 1,000 people out there. And that's what really kind of got us to where we are today, where
Uh-huh.
now we're able to sing in front of 2 people or 2,000 people or 20,000 people
The
and
same
still
way.
give the same thing,
Yeah.
because we gave that in choir rehearsal every Wednesday. But now, we're a little older now. People got kids, they got married and everything. And so we don't have it
Amazing.
every week. But we're about to get back into it soon, hopefully this month. And probably like twice a month or whatever, and just all
Doesn't it
come
sound
together.
familiar, Karen? That's LFCC right there.
Oh yeah, probably like twice a
Man,
month now because they,
it's
listen, they
like New
got
York
kids
has
and
a
everything.
gene. It's like New York has genetics or something.
Ah, yeah, man. Listen, they got kids and everything. They got
Yeah.
married. They say, "Oh, I can't come out too late. It's too late for me." La 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 la. I said, "Dang, I got old fast." But it is what it is. I don't mind.
Man, you a youngin'. You still a youngin'. Whatever.
Listen, I am. The child, they want to be old. I'm not being old yet.
So one more question before we wrap this up, man.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody wants to know, is there a process to your songwriting? So do you get the melody first or do you get the lyrics first?
Oh, it's all over the place. Sometimes I get an intro, and if I get that intro, it'll be an intro probably for like 2 years, and then 2 years later, a song will come, and then I put the song to the intro. And so, but what I try to do, I try to have distinct intros. I love intros. So as soon as they hear that intro, everybody should be up on their feet.
So you know,
you
I'm gonna go listen to your music now and listen to the intros, right?
Yeah, intros are everything. I love intros because once again, I learned that at my home church. Once we heard that intro, yo, we were trying to
run to the front, right?
Run to the front, tambourines out. He said, "Oh, I know this song," and so intros are very, very important to me. And so for all my songs, I try to get an intro, but my process, I don't really have a process. A lot of the times I might get like a drive to the song. And so it's just all over the place. But one thing I can't do, I can't just really sit down and try to write a song. It doesn't work like that. It just has to come to me. And so a lot of people say, you know, can you write this and all of this stuff. And a lot of the times I'm like, I just can't write a song out of nowhere, because to me, it's really not going to come out the way that it should. It's just going to really be words just put together. And I could do it, but it won't have that distinct feel that I need to it, you know. And so, you know, but once again, I have like a lot of songs. So a lot of the times, if anyone asks me, I just kind of like pull it out from, you know, from my bag.
Yeah. I love that, man.
Yeah.
Vincent, I just want to say thank you so much again
for
joining me tonight, man. This was amazing.
It was great. I really appreciate the opportunity to be on here. You know, I count everything a great opportunity, because I don't know who's on here. So it may be people that really have not even heard of me. And so this is just another platform for me to express who I am. And so I want to say thank you.
Y'all give Vincent some hearts, y'all. Power of the pen. Hashtag
yes, sir.
Power of the pen.
Yeah.
This guy, there's so much. People, you know, and like you said, people hear the songs and they have no clue sometimes what's behind the song. And most times, you know, a lot of times they think that the artists singing the song are the writers. And that's not the case all the time.
Yeah,
you know, in your case it is. And that's a good thing, you know, because they know that everything you're singing, you literally have lived.
Oh, yes.
You know?
Oh, Lord. Been through the worst, but the best came out of the worst.
Yeah, the best came out of oh my goodness. I love a good hashtag. I love a good quote.
I can preach that Sunday.
Out of the worst.
Listen, the best came out of the worst.
That might be your next song, Vincent.
Come on.
That might be your next song.
Say what's on your mind. Speak loud from within. Make us sing along with the power of the pen. Say what's on your mind. Speak loud from within. Make us sing along with the power of the pen. Say what's on your mind. Speak loud from within. Make us sing along.